love's a little stronger, come what may. Do you ever long for true love from me? There you go, baby, here am I. Well, you left me here so I could sit and cry. Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Now I love you like I do. Now I do.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Cars and Us. We're out here at Muscle Car Mania at Darwin Dolls and Bill Stiles Muscle Car Super Stock Mania. It's an event out here in York, Pennsylvania. This is going to be the biggest get-together of cars, most notable personalities of drag racing since 1965, since they held the York Nationals out at 1965. There's so many celebrities here, so many dignitaries and VIPs that we're just getting started right now. Stay with us. For you Mopar fans, we're in what they're calling Mopar Hall. Over here there's strictly Dodges and Plymouths, and of course one of the most notable drag racers with a Mopar is the famous Ken Montgomery. And we have Ken here along with his 1965 lightweight Belvedere Plymouth. Ken, welcome to my show, Cars and Us. It's a pleasure to see you out here. And
it's nice meeting you.
Yeah, speaking about the car now, you've held so many records, you've won so many meets and everything. Let us go back to when you first got this, took possession of this 65. Let's give the viewers a little insight.
We bought the car in 1965, of course, and it was in January. And the first big race we went to was down in DeLand, Florida. That's when I got all the FXers and Super Stockers. They had just about everybody that bought one of these Dodges and Plymouths. They made 80 Dodges and 80 Plymouths, so just about all of them are there. And it was in an old airport, and it had two big searchlights at night, and we raced all day, time trials on, and at night they'd run the race.
Eliminations.
Yep.
Right.
And that was really something, and the car was brand new. We just tuned it. We didn't really go through the motor, but we got runner-up Eddie Sharpman down there that year.
Did you?
Yep.
Now, speaking about the car a little bit more at length, there were only 80 of these produced, correct?
Yep, 80 Plymouths and 80 Dodges.
Okay, now, how were you fortunate enough to get one of, this is number 55?
I believe it is, yeah.
Right. How were you fortunate enough to get one of these cars?
Well, my dad worked for Motor Age. He was a technical editor, and he had got some of the press on it, some of the releases that they were going to make these cars and some of the information on them. And we had raced Roadsters and Corvettes and Gassers and on. Thought it was about time that we try our hand at Superstock racing.
Superstock, sure.
Because it was fairly new. I mean...
that it was.
I believe they started it a little bit in 61, 62, but right. 65 was the real premiere. They did all the
That's
FX
right.
cars and all the lightweight.
That was when it came into its
yeah,
prime.
It really did. I mean,
Yes.
Ford, Chevy, and Chrysler
Right.
really got into it.
Yeah, all the lightweights.
Yeah, that was it.
You had
I
the
mean,
Chevrolet Z11s, and you had your Thunderbolts,
Yep.
the 64, of course, fiberglass, and you guys with the Mopars with your aluminum.
Yeah, and even Pontiac, they had that
And Pontiac,
421
exactly, right.
aluminum front
Right.
end. That was
Right.
that was a killer.
Yeah.
So Chrysler came out with that good torque flight, and the Hemi was fantastic that
Right.
year with the
That's
aluminum
for sure.
heads and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did a good job with the aluminum heads, and it was fun, and it's been fun ever since.
Now, when you bought this from the factory, this is pretty much the way it came, or what did you have to add on? Or what did you add on?
Well, when it came from the factory, of course, it had the Hemi and the 727 automatic and an 8 3/4. Now, as of 2002, everyth's pretty much changed. I mean, it's still a Hemi, but we run a 4-speed now.
You do?
Yep.
Why the change?
Well, we won the Gator Nationals in 1973, and I was running the automatic, and we lowered the record so low. I was racing for Chrysler, sponsored by Chrysler at the time, and Dave Koffel said he thought it'd be a good idea if I put a 4-speed in, because they didn't have anybody driving a 4-speed. And I was running Pro Stock with my Barracuda at the time, and he said he thought it'd be a good idea to put the 4-speed in this one, and we did, and it's been in ever since '73, and
it's worked.
Oh, it's worked. We won the '98 Keystones with a 4-speed.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it was.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
What times?
Right now, we're running, the best we run is a 919, 146 at legal weight, 34,
Now,
20.
Ken, with the 4-speed, is there, I mean, obviously it must be a real special 4-speed in this.
It's a Jericho, which is like a Ford top loader.
Right.
And it works really well. Jerry Hemmingson refined that transmission, really made a nice deal. I mean, it really works well, holds up.
Is there low gear, first gear, like is there 220 first?
Well, no, we have a 304 in this one.
Okay.
There's all kinds of different gear ratios that you can go to.
Right.
Clutch is a big thing, too.
And what do you do for clutch?
We run a McLeod clutch in it. It's adjustable, cindered iron, 11-inch, long style, and work with McLeod on doing all the engineering on it and testing and all, and it works really well.
Speaking of ratios, what's the rear end ratio?
Rear end, we run anywhere from a 534 to a 567, depending on the traction.
I was just going to say, depending on the track. You beat
Yeah.
me. You just beat me to the punch, Ken. You know, you're really sharp. This car is a fantastic car. It's really super. I'm sure the viewers are getting a kick out of seeing it now as we speak. It's got some history to it, and certainly you have your own history. When did you first start racing?
Actually, when I was 13. I know it's a little early, and
that's okay.
there was a sort of like an outlaw track not too far up in Lansdale. It was Hatfield Raceway. They run roundy rounds up there, and they had a 1/10 of a mile on the straightaway, and we ran up there, and it was the Flagman.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. It was a good start. And
now, you're originally from where?
Originally from Ardsley, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's where we grew up, and now we have a business in Jenkintown, not too far from there.
Now, where is that in relation to York, where we are now?
We're 2 hours away.
I see.
It's not too far down the turnpike. Willow Grove Naval Air Station is not too far from us.
So you must have some fond memories of running York US 30.
York, really do, because we won a lot of good races there. We won in modified, we won in super stock, and I won in pro stock up there. I won the first pro stock at US 30. Yeah. We ran all the greats. Dave Strickler was there.
Right.
Bill Jenkins.
All the major people that are here at this function today.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you've seen anybody yet, if you got a chance to reminisce with anybody or not, but
yeah.
this is terrific.
Oh, it's
what
been
Darwin Dahl and Bill Stiles did is just bringing everybody together. This is really a trip down memory lane. I can't tell you to look at these cars and remember all of these cars. Believe me, remember all of them. And all the tracks, because I've been to most of the tracks myself too. And this is some event. This is really spectacular for those people that are unable to get here, well, at least they'll be able to see it on videotape
Well,
anyway.
it's a good thing you're doing it, because if they missed it, they sure did miss a great event, because now they did a great job.
Well, it was 2 years in the making, and a lot of work goes into putting something together like this. The magnitude of the cars, especially to get these cars out of museums, like Bill Stiles, and the other collectors that brought like Strickler's car, and it's just. Hopefully this will happen again, but it may not.
It may not, but I surely hope it continues, because people are missing a lot if they don't come up and see what's going on with these kind of cars.
This, Ken, is our American history. This is our American heritage.
Well,
these are the real cars.
Yeah, this is my life. I know this is what I've been doing all these years, and my family's been really good.
Very supportive.
Very
Met
supportive.
Your son,
and Mike Kenny Jr.
Gentleman.
Fantastic. He's a great mechanic and driver in his own right.
That's terrific.
Drives super street, and he's driven my other super stock car and does really great with it.
That's excellent. It's good that the tradition is being carried on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my other boys are real good. I have 2 other sons, Scott and Sean. Yeah, okay. And I have a daughter.
Well, you gotta have one of those.
Yeah, and she's our hairdresser, so we keep her
kidding.
going. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we got 4 little granddaughters. So.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So you've got quite a following then at the track.
Yes, we do. Now we run the Hemi Challenge up at Englishtown. Englishtown's been great with us. We run
That's up our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
We're from New York State, so we're right across the border.
Yeah, and now the NAP's been great up there. Supporting the Hemi Challenge. Yeah, that works out real good in the very first part of June. And
we try to make them all, but sometimes you just can't. You just can't make them all.
Next year you ought to try and make that one. That's a good race. That's all Mopars 2 up there.
That should be, they got a nostalgia meet the 28th of July.
Yeah, I think that's all the funny cars.
Right.
They're having all them up there.
Funny cars, which is, that's another trip.
Oh, yeah, that's another world there. Yeah.
But you guys had your Mopar Nationals back in, what was it, May?
That was June 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We ran that up there, and we've been fortunate enough to win a few of those up there. Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice track. I remember when it first opened. I happened to race out there myself too when it first opened. But that's going many years back, and that family, as you said, they are very drag racer friendly.
Oh yeah.
And they have some setup over there.
Now we're fortunate to have the tracks like Englishtown, Maple Grove, and Atco's doing real good.
Glad you mentioned it.
Cecil
That's
County.
one of my favorites too.
Yeah, Joe Sway's done a lot down there.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Darwin Dahl, as a matter of fact, about possibly doing something like this next year at the track itself.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And he was pretty. His thoughts were pretty favorable along those same lines.
We're lucky to have somebody like Darwin.
Absolutely. He was our Division I director. The land of Ned. That's what this is all about.
Well, he's been a true friend and a very nice person. A lot of times I had troubles back in the early 65, 65.
Right.
And one year I can remember I forgot to send in my entry for the Nationals. And prior to a week to the Nationals, I called Darwin. I said, Darwin, I messed up. I lost a thing or something. So he bawled me out and said, okay, I'll take care of it.
Right.
And he got me the entry, and we went out and we won the class out there that year, which you win class at the Nationals, and it's like a national event in itself.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
No.
Yeah, and that's why we've tried to promote this event as well from our area, New York State and Connecticut and New Jersey,
nice.
the tri-state area. We did as much for them as we could. We distributed hundreds of the flyers and the pamphlets and everything to get the word out for him out on our end too. Because we want it to be as much a success as he does.
Sure, because everybody benefits.
That's right.
Through it.
We all do.
Sure.
We all do. It keeps everything alive, and that's what we have to look back. To look back on.
Yeah. Well, this is our, National League, American League. This is our World Series. This
absolutely.
is everything in a whole nutshell.
It's all rolled up into one. Here in Mopar Hall.
Well, it's nice that you've done all this.
Terrific. You're a true gentleman, and you are a legend in the sport, and it's a pleasure to have to be in your company and to have had you on my show. I thank you so much, and we'll look forward to letting the viewers see this and giving you a little more publicity and letting everybody that maybe is not that familiar with Ken Montgomery now they are.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Two notable ladies in drag racing and a queen of drag racing in her own right is Jungle Pam Lieberman. She was the better half of the late Jungle Jim Lieberman, who ran one of the first funny cars back in the early days. And I can't tell you what a pleasure it is, Pam, to be able to have you here and speak to you.
My pleasure, entirely.
We had heard you were coming, but then there was no confirmation, and I said, gee, it's going to be a shame if we've been with Linda Vaughn all weekend, and we said,
worse things could happen.
We said, no, we'd love to have Pam, but didn't hear any confirmation from Darwin. And today we just found out that you came this morning.
I'm dessert.
So, wow, you're the icing on the cake.
Thank you.
You're terrific.
Thank you.
Let's tell the viewers, for many of those younger ones that don't know your background, your history, when you got involved in drag racing and why.
Why? Oh, why? I was walking from school in 1972, and a yellow Corvette pulled up behind me, and a gentleman jumped out and walked up to me and says, "Hi, I'm Jim."
Thank you, Bob.
And that's where it started, and he took me to my first drag race.
Where? What track?
York.
12 o'clock drawing for our door prize.
What car?
It was the Al Graber Camaro.
That's a little clue. And in a moment, we'll tell you exactly what he's going to be winning.
That got you hooked?
Also, at this
I was
time,
hooked right away, immediately.
Tom
Were you hooked on
Steeden
the cars
and
or
Bill
Jim?
Stiles should be
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
of the East Hall signing autographs, and of course, we
And
thank
of course, I was barely legal,
for their
meaning age
signing
and my
autographs.
attire.
You all appreciate it.
You've all seen the famous clothing I would wear or not wear.
You look great in anything.
Thank you.
Or
Or nothing.
I knew that was coming. So back to drag racing.
And we also thank
And it just stuck. I packed a bag and went on the road and
Weiss Markets
did it for 5
for their
years.
sponsorship
That was it.
here
Yeah.
at York US 30.
Did you get a
Muscle
chance
Car
to
Madness.
make a pass with any of the cars?
No, Jungle wanted me to learn how to drive a funny car, but back then, drag racing was still dangerous. You could blow up at any time, so I decided to keep my hair where it was, and
But you were pit crew.
I was
you
on
were
fire twice.
You were heavily involved.
oh yeah, I was on fire twice.
In the mechanical end of it. And
Yeah, I was more than just a pretty face.
that's for sure. That's what I wanted to bring out so that the viewers know that your background
Oh,
is
yeah.
not only being a lovely lady, but you have a lot of talent mechanical wise.
Yeah, I was one of the guys. I was one of the guys, and I got as dirty as one of the guys. That's why we were called dirtball racers.
Yeah, but you were that was the heart of drag racing.
Yes, I think we were appreciated for the fact that we were so accessible, and we were just one of the guys. We got as dirty as everybody.
Traveling at your young age then, how did you feel about that?
Oh, it was the best experience anybody could have.
Had to have been a thrill for you.
Oh, it was. It was like a fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the farthest place you went?
Calgary, Canada.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good strip up there. A
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of guys went up there from.
It took a
especially
long
from
time
New
to
York
get there.
State. Yeah. What's your most memorable moments in drag racing and in your life so far?
Well, we did win the Summer Nationals in '75. Unfortunately, I don't have anything left from that, but I understand Mr. Garlis is going to bring all that up from Florida for Englishtown.
Oh, okay. And that's right. You're going to be out there. as
Yep,
well?
the Funny Car Reunion at Englishtown at
Right.
the end of July.
That's correct.
And I get to be the Grand Marshal.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Yeah.
What are they going to do for you over there? How are they going to drive you around in a big open car or something?
I guess so. I
they're gonna
don't
put you
know.
in
They'll
the
get a
dragster.
front end loader and drag me around. I don't know.
I don't know. They might put you in the dragster and push you around.
Oh, and now the funnies are only running Sunday, but on Saturday I'm in a match race with Berserko Bob.
You are.
And we're auctioning off the privilege of backing me up after my burnout for charity.
see. Okay.
So I'll do a burnout and somebody can back me up, and
Okay.
yeah, that should be fun.
Now, what car will you be driving?
A Corvette.
All right, we're now ready.
A brand new
to present
Corvette.
12
Brand new,
o'clock
stock
door
Corvette?
prize.
As far as I know,
And the
it's
winner will
provided by
receive
a local
50th anniversary
car dealer.
souvenir program from Lincoln
And
Speedway.
what other
And
plans have you
also
got in the
Barry
future? I mean,
Skelly and Mike Skelly of Toys,
are you
Photos, and
touring? Are you
Novelties,
doing promotional
New York,
events?
I show up to things
A
like this every
NHRA
now and
Series
again.
limited edition,
I'll do English Town. I go to the
Western
races, you know, Maple
The
Grove, the
winner
NHRA
is
races,
Harry
and
So
Schneck.
basically, you
Harry
stick pretty much
Schneck,
around the local area,
North
though.
Pennsylvania.
yeah, I've been.
Ticket number
I went to Indy last year. Yeah.
589. Ticket number
But yeah, I
589.
I get out
Harry,
once
would
in a
you
while.
please, meet me,
Well, you know
George
what?
and I,
You're
the
sorely
announcer,
missed. I think you
at
should get
the
out more.
place
I don't know
where
if
you fill
your
out the
schedule
card
permits
right
it,
outside
but
the
you know,
door.
it'd certainly be nice to
Thank
see you
you.
out there, you know, more often.
Well, I thank you. I think I will make myself a little more accessible.
Accessible.
Yeah.
Not available, accessible.
Yeah.
What do you think about this event?
This is. I'm
Isn't
amazed.
this a trip down memory lane?
This is fun, and there's so many people here.
Right.
This is great. Great turnout.
I know we were standing over there before, and Bob Harrop came by. How long has it been since you've seen Bob Harrop?
30 years, you know?
Yeah, I told Darwin earlier, I said, you know, what you've done here is just magnificent. You've brought together guys that haven't seen. You've created a reunion is what
Oh,
you've
this
done.
is a great
you
bench
know?
racing
Yeah,
venue
yeah,
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some film footage, as a matter of fact, with you and Linda Vaughn that I made a special tape. But it's over in the other hall, you know. I doubt that you'll get to see it, but you know what? If you like, I'd give you a copy. I'll make you a copy.
Oh,
and
that'd be
send it
great.
to you, you know. You were out at Englishtown many years back. You know. But listen, it's been a pleasure. I know you're very busy, so I don't want to hold you up too much. But it's been a pleasure. You're a terrific gal.
My pleasure entirely.
Just as lovely now as you were 30 years ago.
Thank you. Well said.
You know, we'll be looking forward to seeing you out on the circuit.
Great.
You know, hopefully. And thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. When we talk about legends of drag racing, what would a show be without the first lady of drag racing, Miss Linda Vaughn? Linda, I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to see you over here and to have you on my show.
Well, it's a privilege for me to be on your show. He's got his own TV show. I didn't know that. I have allergies, so I sound really hoarse from flying, but it's great to be here. The cars are wonderful. All these Hearst shifters, the Hearst Hemi Underglass, Bob Riggle, Jack Duffy, my boss, my Hearst 72 pace car that James Garner drove, and then all these cars with Hearst shifters. I'm in Hearst heaven.
I'm telling you, well, you know, we're all in kind of drag racing heaven out here because this is some event that Darwin and Bill Stiles put together.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
They really have done a good job doing it. So you get to see a lot of people like yourself and all these old folks that I haven't seen for a long time. I'm really honored to be invited to be a part of it.
Well, listen, as we are as well, if you know, the big names are here.
Everybody.
Anybody that is anybody is here.
They sure are.
Sure.
First time I went to York to the races, Jack Duffy drove me in the parade. This is the outfit that I wore. I can still get in it. It's the original Hearst outfit, the Hearst shoes. And I went up in the attic and drug all this out and had it cleaned. I says, might as well go in there as traditional as I can because I remember, and I even ate at the same diner today where I ate 30 years ago.
Okay.
I sure did.
That's
Rice
amazing it's still there.
Yeah, it's still, well, it's amazing we're still here.
Oh, you know, no, listen, you know, you've done well. You were certainly a credit to the sport.
I still work for the sport.
And you're still involved, heavily
Yep,
involved.
yep.
You know, I mean, you're doing a lot of promotion tours now?
Well, I do a lot. I was in Australia representing SEMA in the Specialty Equipment Manufacturing Association. I got to go to Washington, D.C., and we were honored for the women involved in motorsports. They had myself, Shirley Muldowney, Janet Guthrie. It was wonderful being recognized by our leaders of our country for our dedication and hard work to motorsports because, you know, we the women are a big part of the motorsports, and it's a family sport, and it was an honor for me to get to that. It's probably two of the greatest things I've got to do because it's the first time I've ever been out of the country representing Hearst in many, many years. Of course,
and you're representing the country, too.
Oh, absolutely. Made in the USA. Still, I'm made in the USA. And I love the muscle car. I mean, you know, if Detroit would just look around, and I talked to John Moss on the telephone this afternoon. John's in charge of all Chevrolet promotions. And I said, John, you need to see this show. You'll be very proud of how many Chevrolets are out here.
Boy,
my first love was a Chevy.
I know. We had the opportunity to talk last night, of course, off camera, and we were talking about your 57 Chevrolet.
Yeah, I still got my 57 Chevrolet. I bought my first Hearst shifter. I paid $5 down, $5 a week at Honest Charlie's Speed Shop. Of course, after I put the Hearst shifter in there, I tore the clutch out, so I had to go buy me a Schiefer clutch. So I had quite a charge card going there at Honest Charlie's. And then I went to work for Hearst in '66, and I never had to pay for another Hearst shifter.
Well, that was one of the perks.
Yeah, that's one of the perks. Well, I got to do the pace car program with Jack Duffy. We were the official pace car to Indy 500 and official pace car for NHRA 2 different years in 72 and 74. And one of my cars is at the NHRA Museum. Invite the folks, if y'all ever go out to Pomona, to stop in and see my big black 455, you know. So
no kidding.
There's a lot of muscle still out here in America.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
We hope we're bringing it back in this fashion anyway.
Well, it's never gone anywhere. We just have to revive Detroit and let them see the love affair is still the automobile. It's your girl,
right.
your car, and then your kids. I mean,
right.
it's the whole love affair. Now you can pass these cars on down to your kids. Well, the new generation today, what are we going to pass down?
Well, we're standing now in front of the Hearst Hemi under glass.
Yes.
And, this was one of the 2 that you were most well known for.
Well, absolutely.
This is a fun car.
We got the developer and the driver sitting right over here, Bob Riggle, and Jack Duffy, the PR director. This was done a year before I came to work for Hearst. And actually, I idolized the Hearst Hemi under glass. And when I got to become a part of the family, I got to go all over. We went to Mexico. We went all kinds of places together. Puerto Rico, Bob and I.
We
toured the Armed Forces. Yeah. And Jack Duffy and George Hearst were great innovators. And their name's still alive today, and Jack is here with us. I think you should have Jack come over.
Yeah, we can certainly have him over as well. But earlier on, I had Bob Riggle had me in the car, and he had me doing wheel stands.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Well, I did some wheel stands with him. You remember the group, the Monkeys? The Monkeys were down there singing and making an appearance with us at that show in Mexico, and the Monkeys even took a ride in it. And they were scared, and I wasn't, and I loved it.
Well,
That's when we ran on nitromethane, too.
They weren't too macho, I mean...
yeah, but they're still out kicking. Mickey loved the car. I loved the car. Jimmy Clark got in the car, the late Jimmy Clark, the Formula One driver. We actually made an appearance at a Formula One race. They brought all these drag racing people in, and we were part of that.
I suspect you've been around
a long time.
So you know that you're quite a celebrity.
Well, I'm just
and
Linda.
The cars, and you are. True.
Thank you.
They don't know you off camera like we do, but you know what? You're really you've been a credit to the sport.
Thank you.
You've done as much as some of the guys that have made big names for themselves.
Well, and I'm still doing it, and that's what's wonderful is because every time I think about quitting, something else comes up, and hopefully down the road I have my own TV show too, because I love the industry and the sport. I don't just do drag racing; I do stock car racing, IndyCar racing, and a lot of shows, just to spread the goodwill. And now we have the Racing Angel Foundation that I'm involved with.
You do? What is that about?
So the Racing Angel Foundation, when one of our drivers in drag racing got killed, he wasn't at the track, and his wife called me and didn't have enough money to bury him. And that was the wonderful John Meyer. And when she called me, we got busy, along with some of the bike racers and I, and John Force, and we all put together and made some money for the family and for the education of their child, because Kara and Draw couldn't supply it because he wasn't injured at the track. So the Racing Angel Foundation tries to take care of their own family.
Good.
So it could go to anyone if needs help. It's provided we get it all up and running properly. It's still in some of the stages of the foundation legalities, but we at least all jumped in and helped to bury John.
Do we have a website for them, or
well,
you have a
yes.
website
Well,
too.
racingangel.com. Yes, we do have, but we're not up and running just yet. Some of the legal things are still dots
pending.
and ties. Yeah. Well, I drag raced a few times in some match races, and
Did
God
you?
bless Buster Couch. Well, he passed away this past year,
yes.
and Buster is the one that got me involved in drag racing to begin with, to enter the contest. And Buster was instrumental in my career so much, but I used to go down to drag races, and I was a little bitty snide-nosed kid.
What track was that? What was the first
Yellow
track?
River in Covington, Georgia.
Wow.
That's with Phil Bonner and Dick Brennan and all these guys, and Hubert Platt and Houston Platt. I grew up with these guys.
Yeah, I know.
And Grumpy Jenkins was my hero. He still is.
We just did a little interview.
Where is the Grump? I haven't seen him
He's over
yet.
on the other end of the other building.
I got to see the Grump. Good, he's here. I hadn't seen him yet.
But we'll bring Jack over here, and
pardon my allergies, folks.
that's okay. Listen, you can do no wrong, Lynn.
Yeah,
Thanks, Lynn.
You're welcome.
So much.
Sorry, I don't feel good.
That's okay.
I gotta go
it's
to work
been a
with the
trip.
people now. Thank you.
Been a trip.
Good luck. Woo! I get a kiss for that. I love this job. Bye, y'all.